Tesla recently announced a facelifted version of its top-selling Model 3. However, a facelift is an understatement to say the least. The new version is over 50% different from its predecessor, and everything from the outside styling to the interior connectivity has changed. In this video, we'll walk you through everything that you need to know about the new Model 3 and discuss whether or not this was a smart move from Tesla. So, without further ado, let's take a look at this all-electric behemoth. Now, I don't know about you, but to me the Tesla Model 3 has always looked a little bit like a frog from the front, thanks to those two wacky headlights and soft lines. Well, the new Model 3 has said goodbye to this look, with multiple changes around the exterior that make the facelifted Model 3 look like a completely different car. Let's start with the headlights. They're a whole lot slimmer, making for a much prettier appearance from the front. From a functional perspective, these lights will be better too, as Tesla has swapped out the bulbs for brighter LED alternatives. These sleek lights are complemented with sharper lines throughout the body panels. Now, these new lines serve two functions: styling and aerodynamics. We'll talk more about the latter in a little while, but for now, I think we can all agree that this new styling is right on the money. The sharper lines make the Model 3 look much sportier and more aggressive, and far easier on the eye than its predecessor, which looked way too tame. This new aggressive puppy look is complemented by an all-new alloy design. These alloys come at a whopping 19 inches, but look bigger thanks to angled slats. Heading around the back of the Model 3, you'll be able to see redesigned tail lights, which now have the fog lights integrated rather than separated. This makes the rear feel much less crowded, and again feeds into that sportier look. The bumper has also been redesigned to feed into what Tesla has called an uncluttered design aesthetic. Finally, the facelifted Model 3 will be available in two new colors, Ultra Red and Stealth. The red is much darker than the standard Tesla tone, and in our opinion at least, looks a whole lot better. And you can't go wrong with a gunmetal grey, can you? Just like the exterior, the interior design of the new Model 3 has been completely overhauled, and for the most part, Tesla has done a good job here. First things first, the actual materials that make up the cabin have been changed. If you've ever sat in a Tesla before, you're probably all too aware that the build quality in the cabin, particularly the dashboard, just isn't there, especially for the price tag. Recognizing this, the company has built the new Model 3 with new aluminium and textiles for a more sturdy and luxurious feel. Tesla has also stated that the improvements to the exterior and the chassis will vastly improve the overall comfort when in the cabin. Newly designed tires will be quieter, new suspension brushings will make driving smoother, the windows will be made of new acoustic glass to block outside noise. Even the exterior cabin has been designed to direct air away from the cabin to decrease wind noise. For the first time, the Model 3 will have ambient lighting, so you can set the mood while driving. Passengers will also be treated to heated seats for an even more comfortable journey. The biggest changes can be seen on the dash. First of all, the mounted gear selector has been removed and drivers will now select gears via the central screen. The car is also going to guess what direction you're headed in when you turn the car on and automatically put you in that gear. Speaking of the central screen, this has been updated slightly. It's still 15.4 inches big, but reduced bezels means that you'll have more screen to play with. As with all Tesla models, this screen will constantly be given software updates. Underneath the central screen, you'll find two new wireless phone chargers. Not only is this practical, but in the leaked images, this charger also looks very stylish and adds to the minimalist vibe of the cabin. If your phone doesn't have wireless charging compatibility, then don't fret, as the cabin will also come with three 65-watt USB chargers. And with that amount of power, you'll probably be able to charge bigger devices like laptops too. Oh, and back passengers will have more entertainment options than ever, thanks to two 8-inch displays for both climate control and streaming. But if you'd rather listen to music, you'll be pleasantly surprised as Tesla has completely reworked the sound system, now opting for a 17-speaker setup complemented by two subwoofers and 2 amps. Now, most of these changes so far look pretty good, but there is one that looks so stupid that it might just ruin the Model 3. For some crazy reason, Tesla has decided to get rid of the indicator stick in the new Model 3. I mean, it's not like every car has used one of these since the dawn of time. Instead of using a stick, the indicators will now be controlled by a pair of haptic buttons on the steering wheel, which looks like more of a headache than it's worth. The steering wheel kinda does move as you drive it, right? So your indicator buttons are never going to be where you left them. This is such a stupid idea, and you just have to look at the common criticisms of some of Ferrari's models, which also have controls on the steering wheel, to see that no one likes this. What if you have your steering wheel turned 180? You're going to have to press the button on the opposite side of the direction you want to indicate. No one's ever had a problem with an indicator stick, so why Tesla has chosen to get rid of it is honestly beyond me. So, the battery pack hasn't been changed at all for the new Model 3. This is because it's been designed as a facelift rather than a performance boost, However, the changes to the exterior design have actually improved the Model 3's performance quite significantly. So the new exterior has given the new Model 3 a drag coefficient of just 0.219, down from 0.225 for the old model. This slight change has bumped up the standard model's range from 305 miles to 319 miles. For the long-range version, the range is increased to 391 miles from 374. Performance, on the other hand, has remained the same. The entry-level model will produce 245 horsepower and go from 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds, and a max out at 125 miles per hour. And the long-range model will get to 60 in 4.4 seconds, also maxing out at 125 miles per hour. The fact that Tesla has been able to improve the performance of the Model 3 without changing the battery pack in the slightest really shows their initiative as a company. The competition in the EV space is getting stiffer and stiffer, but by finding creative ways such as this to improve performance, Tesla is always able to stay one step ahead of its competitors. One new safety feature that we're aware of is that the doors have been reinforced to provide drivers and passengers with greater protection in the event of a crash. You can actually feel the weight of this new padding when closing the door, which is very reassuring. Aside from this, the Model 3 will be fitted with all kinds of safety software to keep you in one piece as you're driving. The Model 3 will automatically brake if it detects an oncoming collision. It'll warn you should you exceed the speed limit. It'll reduce acceleration and provide haptic feedback if it detects an obstacle in your driving path. There are cameras on the interior and exterior to help you park, change lanes, and avoid obstacles in tight spaces. And of course, the Model 3 is capable of fully autonomous driving, which you can make use of on the highway, provided you keep your hands on the steering wheel. Tesla has stated that the new Model 3 will hit the showrooms as early as October unless you're in the UK, then you're going to have to wait until early 2024. Pricing is going to stay pretty much the same, with models starting at about $35,000. Considering that the new Model 3 is so much better than its predecessor, this price is actually a lot more reasonable. But as has always been the problem with Tesla, you'll be able to get an Audi or BMW for around the same price, which will likely have a better build quality and be more practical overall. Ultimately, the new Tesla Model 3 has, for the most part, improved on its predecessor in every single way. Aside from the ridiculous new indicator buttons, everything's better. The exterior looks more aggressive and has even improved the Model 3's performance. The interior is made from better materials. The infotainment is more advanced, and thanks to all that noise-dampening tech, longer journeys will be more comfortable too. The Model 3 has always been a very solid saloon choice, but now it's going to get even more tempting for new buyers. We'd love to get your thoughts on the new Model 3 in the comment section below. Do you think this version is better than its predecessor, or do you think it's just another overhyped EV that won't stand the test of time? And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our recent breakdown of Lamborghini's new Ultra GT, the Lanzador. Thanks for watching.